Hi there guys, welcome back to another food and wine matching. I'm Vern, the current brand ambassador and resident chef at the Wine Society.
And I'm McLoughlin, personal wine advisor at the Wine Society also.
Okay guys, so today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing essentially just a food and wine pairing experiment. I've gone off and chosen 3 lovely cheeses, which I've got a fantastic smoked cheddar. It's a little favourite of mine. Moving on to an ash rolled goat's cheese, and then a lovely rich soft blue cheese as well. And Ed, what are the wines that you've chosen for today?
So I've chosen 3 wines. I've got a Chardonnay,
Yep.
bit of bottle age, it's 2009, but still enough acidity to carry through and perhaps break through the richness of the cheese. I've got a medium-bodied red, which you don't want too robust a red in order to marry with the cheese well, and also
Sure.
a sweeter wine, which is the Botrytis Semillon. From the Hunter Valley, which has got a lot more residual sugar and a very different than a red or a white,
Sure.
With that sweeter aspect as well.
Bit of a classic, really. I mean, everyone always thinks when you're doing wine and cheese pairings, everyone always goes straight to the stickies.
Oh, absolutely.
And there's
there's
so much more to it than that.
It is very versatile.
Yeah, it doesn't have to just be that, but everyone's experience when they've gone out dining, it's, you know, you're there, you've had your meal, oh, let's have a glass of sticky and some cheese. But
and they wouldn't be wrong, because sticky marries
It
it beautifully
does.
well, but
there's more to it than
it's
that.
down to every one individual palate,
Yep.
and also the acidity of the wine, the flavour profile. There's so many different interesting ways in which
sure.
wine and cheese can match. So
Definitely.
perhaps let's get started.
Oh, fantastic. Let's do it.
All right, well, let's start with the Chardonnay. So what we've chosen, obviously from the Wine Society stock, I've got the Gioiello Chardonnay Estate,
Yep.
2009 from Goulburn Valley.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. It's had oak treatment, French, it's had malolactic treatment,
Yep.
barrel fermentation. So you've got a little bit of richness there, but also, which with cheese, you do want something with acidity to break
Definitely.
through the richness. So.
Yep. Okay, so we've got a nice bit of the blue soft cheese here to start off with. Let's have a bit of a taste and see how it goes.
Excellent. Love a good blue.
It's a beautiful cheese, rich, creamy. You get some of the really sharp notes from the mould that's
Indeed.
obviously in the cheese.
But also, very important aspect, which I'm sure you know, and most people probably do. Cheese, bring it to room temperature. If it's cold, you're not going to get the flavour profile that
Don't
you
eat
want.
it straight out of the fridge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of people get it out, bang, put it up.
Oh.
It's essentially like letting a wine breathe.
Exactly
You
right.
need to give it, let it open up.
That's exactly right.
All right, well, speaking of wine, let's have a look at that.
Right. Very rich aftertaste of that cheese on the palate. Nose seems as though it will go well with that.
You're definitely getting that oak on the nose.
Oh. Magnificent.
First of all, it's a beautiful wine.
It
once
is.
again.
The Gioiello is fantastic.
Gioiello, no,
5 years
with
of
that.
bottle age, absolutely.
Yep.
And you've got that buttery aspect.
Just enough of it coming through.
And actually what
Yeah.
it does, with the back palate of the Chardonnay, which you get that buttery aspect, the creaminess and that very pronounced flavour of the veins, really, in a very subtle way, but still very pronounced, just marries in that back palate, and it gets that blue cheese very well married with the Chardonnay going
Definitely.
down. But it is texturally and also flavour as well.
What I've always found with the blue cheeses is that
I'll just go again.
Yeah, please. What I've always found that they almost have that slight little mouth numbing feel to it. You know what I mean? It just, and then the acidity from the wine, it wakens you up again. So it really works together nicely. And I think that it's pretty much carrying that oak just a little bit longer and stretching it out, and that creaminess, it's just bang.
That's pretty much exactly what I'm getting. That's marvellous. Very good pairing.
Very nice little one. Well, let's have a look. As I said, we're not just going to try
certainly.
one with one. So let's have a look at this ash rolled goat's cheese with it. Now, a lot of people maybe haven't sort of experienced. I mean, you know, a lot of people have, but the ash rolled, it's essentially it's as it said, it's ash.
Absolutely.
You know, so they get the cheese, roll it in it, and it gives it a lovely flavour.
Oh, wow.
And a bit of a smokiness.
I was in disbelief when I first heard of it when I was 16.
Yeah.
I saw it, volcanic
rolled.
ash.
Yeah,
roll.
yeah. No, thank you.
No, but now
Now we're all grown up. Yeah. I used to be quite put off by goat's cheese. Strange enough, I was born on a goat farm. And I think
You're a strange one.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a childhood memory of drinking goat's milk, and you'd think that I'd love it, but it's something that I've just become accustomed to eating.
Oh, that's a shame.
And
You've missed out on many years.
I know. It's only been the last couple of years, but as I said, you are getting that. It's got a different taste to it.
It's almost astringent and almost kind of sour.
Well, it's got that, a little hint of sourness.
Yeah.
But, and that's what I think is something that maybe a lot of people that don't eat goat cheese when they first try it, it's that sourness that puts them off a bit.
I see.
The
texture is very inviting as well.
The texture is fantastic. I mean, you think that's creamy? This is taking creamy just to that next level.
Well, indeed. And also, I mean, with a creamier cheese like that, generally would want to work with something with a bit more acidity, perhaps a white wine. But once again, this is an experiment, so let's see how we go.
See how it goes.
See, I like that. It is very different to the blue. It almost
very different.
It almost accentuates that slight sour aspect.
It doesn't.
Once again on the back palate. But texturally, with the wine, with the buttery style Chardonnay, it does actually accentuates that kind of creamy. Yes,
I would agree, but it's almost for me making the oak a little bit too pronounced. It doesn't have that. It doesn't cut it as much as the other.
Indeed, and also what you want to find with a matching of food and wine is something that complements and not dominates. So I would actually say that actually detracts, the wine and the cheese detract from each other. And cheese number 3.
Yep, beautiful little smoked cheddar. I'll make us up a little number. I love, first of all, when you get a smoked cheese, you smell it, and it's just got that savouriness. It's that.
It almost smells like smoked meat to me.
Oh, 100%.
Cured, cabanossi, salami. Oh. Now that, once again, you've chosen 3 pretty delicious cheeses.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, the wines. We've only heard one of the wines, but they're bang on so far.
Well, as I said, you've got that smoky aspect. Once again, that I feel will really intermingle very well with that buttery aspect, the more textural aspect. You get the richness from the cheddar, which Chardonnay is a richer style of white wine as well.
Definitely.
But so long as it has the acidity to cut through, then you'll find it very well. You'll find them complementing each other very well.
Well, I mean, as you even smelt that cheese from the biscuit, as soon as you add the wine, it actually starts to marry in, even just on the nose. You're getting that. It actually brings out a savoury quality within the wine.
Absolutely.
Which is, off the top of it, like just like that, it's incredible.
Oh, indeed. Well, let's see what the palate does. I would have to say that's my least favourite of the 3. That kind of almost cancels each other out.
It's banged that acidity right up.
It has, and it's made some very, very savoury aspects of both of them to the fore.
Which I find incredible though, because on the nose, you'd be like, oh, that's a winner.
Indeed. That's interesting. I thought that would have married better, but no.
Not really at all for me.
No, certainly not. I've got a very...
You almost want to reach at the fruit.
Well, absolutely, and that's another way
to... It is why it's there. It's not just for decoration, but on first impressions, that's not really something. If I knew that's how it tasted, I would actually not go, I'll put a smoked cheddar. If I knew that's how it was going to taste, I actually wouldn't put an aged smoked cheddar with an aged Chardonnay.
No, certainly not.
Yeah.
And in this aspect, you would be right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway. Well, sorry. Yeah. So that's the Chardonnay. Let's probably do the same thing through the GSM.
Run through, have a little splash of water between, cleanse our palate.
Absolutely, very important.
And reset.
Excellent.
All right.